Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley. We're here on your Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. In the studio with us today, Deputy Josh Dubin. Got your attention with that one.
Wow, that was a lot of
I almost
energy.
pulled you off the iPad
Yeah.
with that. And Captain Roosevelt Johnson, we were just talking about some of the outreach. That's what we do here twice a month. Talk about some of the outreach. Captain Johnson, you were mentioning some of the talks you've had with the public. And during the break, we were just talking about the Youth Advisory Committee and
Yes.
some of the... You had a talk with them yesterday.
Yes, I did. Actually, met with a lot of kids from the high schools, including the Academy of the Canyons. And
What is the Youth Advisory Committee? Let's start there because I've never heard of this before.
it's a group that said it's basically a group of students from the high schools, all the local high schools here in the Santa Clarita Valley, and they meet regularly and. On occasion, they bring in special guest speakers, and yesterday I was that guest speaker.
And did they want to talk to you about a specific thing, or was it like a question and answer?
You know what? It was
type of
actually
thing?
an open forum, and what I did was I actually posed a couple questions to the kids.
Oh, really?
Because, and the questions I posed were basically, what type of trends are they seeing here in the community, as in the schools, and I asked them how we can work together in terms of partnering up to make sure that we're keeping the community safe for them.
And what type of answers were you hearing? It must have been fun to be on the other side asking questions for once, huh?
It was, and you know what? I'm continuously impressed with the kids and the level of thought that they put into some of the things and their response to some of the questions. Some of the things that they brought up were are surrounded by the social media. This whole buzz here that's going on with things that are popping up on social media.
Kids posting?
Kids posting things and taking sides. And one of the things that I was impressed with the kids, they brought up is they would like to see more of the presentations that we're doing for parents done in the schools. So having law enforcement come to the schools and do it during special sessions.
Interesting you bring that up. We did a story the other day about a talk that the sheriff's station and Josh Dubin gave with the city and talking about that type of thing. And there was another one that Detective Velick did, I believe, with the J team, again, with the sheriff's station and the city, just talking about, great issues that parents need to know about. And it was like, well, can we get more? And that's always the thing.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one of the things I think that they're working on in terms of getting out and reaching out to the parents. But I think the kids in this particular segment, they were more concerned about us coming into the schools and actually talking to kids during assemblies about this particular issue because it's growing in depth, and you're starting to see a lot more videos being posted. And I think there's just a misunderstanding of the kids in terms of what the legal aspects of it is, in terms of what they're doing in terms of posting and putting all these photos and all this other stuff out there.
You mean like the consequences?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's something that was really hitting home. You could see it, Josh, and you were talking about that a little bit too, as far as with the parents that kids.
Right. And
it's forever.
The whole crime prevention unit has really tried to drive home the point that with the parents and the kids that once you post something, there's no takebacks, and once you post something, it's worldwide. If you post a video on YouTube, not only is the media going to grab it, but anybody in the world can grab it. If you're starting Twitter accounts and some of the other various incidents that we've had here in the Santa Clarita Valley, these have worldwide ramifications. So I think that's important concept to grasp, and I agree with Captain Johnson that is certainly something that's on the forefront.
Yeah, I think one of the investigations you were showing me, it got showed up in Australia or something.
Right. And remember, we put on our
Absolutely.
Twitter, we made the front page of an Australian newspaper just off of something that one of our local young people posted. So,
And speaking of local young people, Defy It was another program. I saw you at the other day, the Santa Clarita Activity Center. They had 300 or 400 kids who were just a part of the. I think it was about half the group of the participants that are taking part and taking the stand. And for those who don't know, Defy It is drug-free youth in town. And talk to me a little bit about that program, Captain
Well, I can
Johnson.
tell you, I definitely that wasn't half the kids, because trust me, that program's grown. There are probably over 2,000
Maybe
kids.
it's a third. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
That's probably about a quarter of the kids that are involved in the program that were there. But it was all junior high school kids, and then I came back and spoke to the high school as well. But I was really impressed with the questions that the kids posed.
They grilled
I mean,
you.
they were pretty in-depth questions. They were asking things about Proposition 46 process, whether or not doctors should be, take drug tests and things like that. And I was pretty impressed with the level of
Were you
the questions.
surprised? I mean, do you talk to groups of kids like this fairly frequently? I mean, over the years, have the questions changed? Are kids getting smarter younger?
Oh, they
learning
definitely
these things
are.
Earlier?
They're definitely getting smarter younger. And my kid grew up in the schools and went through the schools out here, so I know how advanced the school systems are. We have some of the best schools in this valley in the country. So, does it surprise me? No, it really doesn't, because they're getting the quality education to make them smarter and to ask those questions. And I fully expect to see those kids in leadership roles in the future, and I think our future is bright because of it.
We got to take a quick commercial break. On that note, I want to talk a little bit more about the outreach with the youth. We'll be right back on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds. Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley. We're here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS on the Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds. In the studio with me, Deputy Josh Dubin and Captain Roosevelt Johnson of the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff's Station. Are you playing the applause?
Boy,
I'm working on it, Captain
Boy.
Johnson.
Oh,
He
my
takes-
Kyle,
goodness.
I mean, Kyle and his
He's
Angry
dropping the
Birds,
ball.
really.
You know what? We're looking. So wanted to talk to you, Captain Johnson, and put you on a time-honored tradition here on the Neighborhood Watch. And we have Sheriff's Department personnel from all ranks and files, and we put them on the hot seat.
Sounds great.
And now this is your turn to be on the hot seat.
Wow.
Applause.
It's hot. It's hot.
I feel like we need to have like a sound effect for
the hot seat. Like scorching flames.
Yeah.
Kyle, can you do that?
Well, that was good. Keep that going. What about the earthquake sound from the Great Shakeout?
The
Maybe-
rumbling?
No.
Okay. You know what? We're getting off. We're straying off. Captain Johnson, what is your hot seat question number one? What is your hometown?
I'm originally from Port Arthur, Texas.
Port Arthur, Texas. Okay. Best album of all time.
Michael Jackson's Thriller.
That is the correct answer. Congratulations. There's only like 3 really we accept, and that's one of them. All right.
So
First-
what would have been a wrong answer? Like
I
Pink
don't
Floyd.
know, Van Halen.
Van Halen. What's wrong with Van
Pink Floyd.
Halen?
Another. I just don't like it.
Okay. All right.
I didn't say it was an objective list. All right.
Okay.
He nailed it.
Go ahead.
What's your answer? Best album of all time.
I don't know.
See, and this is why the captain is on the hot seat and you are not on the hot seat.
Right.
Anyways.
I've never been on the hot seat.
No, there's a reason for
We
that.
can change that.
Answer's like, I don't know. First job you ever had, Captain Johnson,
Paperboy,
for the Port Arthur News?
Port Arthur News.
All right. Local daily? Weekly?
Yes,
All
daily.
right. I like it. How big is Port Arthur?
65,000 in population.
I love it. You knew that.
Yeah.
Impressive. All right. Reason you became a deputy?
Basically, I wanted to continue my community service. I was actually in the military and knew that I wanted to continue the tradition of working in community service and
Which branch?
the United States Navy.
Oh, U.S. Navy. All right.
Was that the right answer? I feel like there's
Actually,
I feel like
Kyle?
there's always
yeah, it was. Kyle says yes.
I feel like there's always military.
There is a lot of law enforcement agents who have
No,
served?
no,
Or
no.
no, is that what we're
Yeah,
going?
somebody
there are quite a
says
few.
when somebody says Army, then you make a joke about Marines or
No, he doesn't want to do that. No.
Yeah, well, the 2 guys next to me have guns. So, anyways, moving right along. Favorite wrestler? You WWF guy?
Not a big WWF guy.
That's a terrible hot seat question. Then, Josh, why'd you make me ask that?
Yeah, we talked about this before. What about Vince?
Exactly.
I would pick Vince McMahon. Isn't that
You
the owner?
would, but he's
That's
not
the
a
owner.
wrestler.
But he's the owner.
He's the owner, right?
He's the owner.
Okay.
You should have said King Kong Bundy.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, you're killing me. These kids these days, right, Kyle? Can we get a picture of King Kong Bundy for Kyle? No? All right. For our listeners.
Right.
That's what we're here for. Favorite meal on the job, Captain Johnson?
You know what? I'm pretty simple and pretty health conscious too. So for me, it's generally like a teriyaki chicken
Okay.
over rice.
All right. Not what we were looking for, but okay. We can keep going.
Oh, that wasn't okay.
Yeah, I know you were looking for something a little more.
You know,
No,
crazy.
I'm pretty simple.
All right.
What were you? I'm curious, Perry Smith. What were you looking for? Like
Yeah, what were you looking for? Gary?
donuts? I mean, what?
No.
What?
Whoa!
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, that was me on the
Donuts,
attack. Go ahead. What were you looking for?
No, it's all right, I guess. I was expecting fast food because you guys are always on the go.
Right.
And you guys are running from, call to call and serving the community and,
Great.
dispatch like Josh Dubin.
I think
Hear
that's
you
a
on the
little bit of
dispatch.
misnomer, though, because I think law enforcement these days are pretty health conscious,
That is true.
especially California law enforcement.
But journalists aren't. just from my own perspective. So, and that's where that comes from, not anything I'm projecting on you guys.
We're going to change that, Perry.
Okay. You and Jerry.
No.
Favorite part of the job aside from helping people, because that's generally the number one thing that.
You know what? My favorite part of the job is just meeting people,
Okay.
meeting new people, and engaging with people. I like doing that. I'm a people person.
Give me an example of somebody you met who's through your service in the community who's really changed your perspective on something, or gave you a new, maybe a new insight on something, like you were saying. Just through your interactions with the public.
Well, you know what?
Changed your
It's
perspective. Or
hard
does
to
that happen all the
say
time?
to basically pick one particular person,
sure.
but
Put
I
you
can
on the
tell you
spot.
that I do meet a lot of people, and over the course of the time doing that, I'm impressed with that level of engagement that we have and the communication. A lot of people out here are really willing to partner with the sheriff's department. They like what we're doing. They like the service that we're providing, and it's good to hear that feedback from the community.
Favorite cop movie or TV show?
My favorite TV show right now is a cop show is Blue Bloods.
What's that one? I don't
It's
know that one.
a show about the NYPD and
Okay. See a lot of shows about the NYPD.
it's really good. It's a good
Or-
show. It comes on Friday nights generally.
Okay.
That's because I canceled Southland.
Yeah, I know. And that was your favorite show, right?
That was
dude?
my favorite
Yeah.
show. I did like that show.
So what's Blue Bloods on if people want to watch that?
Blue Bloods
check that
on, I think I want to say it's ABC or
okay.
on Friday nights, and it generally comes on at 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay. All right, well, let's check that out. Number one, you okay with that, Kyle? Did you have a better show, or is that the wrong answer again? Come on.
He just lost at Angry Birds. Don't worry about him.
Not going to get any applause from him for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, we got to take a commercial break. We'll be right
We made it
back.
through. We made it through.
Your
the lighter
hometown
side.
station. Captain Johnson made it through the hot seat. Can we get some applause, Kyle? No. All right, we got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on Your Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds on your hometown station.